everybody, it's Sandy, and I am going to do a little video here on how I do my little wooden trays. So these, I get these little wooden trays at my local craft store, and they're not painted, so I put a base coat of paint on them. I personally use a base coat of house paint, just because it's a little bit thicker. It helps keep the graininess down as far as the wood absorbing the liquid from like my craft paints, and then it gets really rough. So the first thing I do is I sand these bad boys down, make them as smooth as I can, even though they already come kind of pre-sanded. So I smooth these down, and then I put a layer, like I said, of white house paint on here. It doesn't have to be anything special. It doesn't have to be glossy. It can be whatever. I just do that to give it a base of something so that the wood's not soaking up the moisture from my craft paints. So tonight I am going to do a little 1 ounce condiment cup as my dirty pour cup to pour into the bottom of this little tray. So I'm going to put you on pause while I get my colors ready here. Alright, so these are the 3 colors I'm going to do tonight. Color Shift Teal, Color Shift Lime Green, a sherry house paint, and then this blue house paint. I've used this in another previous pour as well on a repurposed canvas. So these are, I had some left over, and these are the colors I'm going to use on this tonight. So I'm going to get my dirty pour cup ready, and I'll let you all see how I do this. Some of that blue in there. I don't know about y'all, but I love these Color Shift paints. I think they are just so much fun. I love being able to tilt the pieces that I create and see different colors and different lights. So it's pretty fun. I actually have some paint left over from my previous pour that I did in my dirty pour cup. So I'm going to add some of that in here as well. This might get a little bit muddy, but I'm kind of okay with that. I personally always like to do at least 2 layers of each color that I am putting in my dirty pour cup. That is just personal preference. It's something that y'all just have to kind of figure out as far as what you like when you're doing your pours. Like I said, this is just my own personal preference. I also reuse my gloves. I reuse my little stir sticks here as well. I also peel paint out of these little guys over time and reuse them, and when I'm not peeling paint out of them, they become my little dirty workers down here, you know, holding up paint pieces that I'm working on, that type of thing. So they get used over and over again. I really try and cut down on the waste from my craft. at how fun that little cup looks. So in a second, I'm going to turn that cup over inside or upside down in here. But now I'm just going to use whatever little bit of this blue I've got left here, just to give my paint somewhere to kind of move on this wood. It's not going to be super thick, but it'll do it, I think. Alright, now I'm going to try, keyword being try, not to get a whole lot of paint up the edges and sides. We'll see how that goes. Oh, I already got some up there, so we'll just see what happens here. And I got more, so pretty talented here. Let's see. Sorry, y'all, I am getting over a not very fun cold, so. Alright, here goes my little dirty pour. My little flip cup. Let this sit here for just a minute. See if I can get any more of my blue. Again, I am just using some leftover paints here. I don't know about y'all, but even though most of this is Floetrol and additives, I hate wasting. I hate wasting supplies. I reuse my napkins as well, so I try and reuse just about everything here. I don't know if I'll get a flip and drag out of this or just a flip. Alright, I think I've got just about as much out of there as I can. So now I'm just going to move this around to my edges here. I'm going to move this back to the center. And then now to this corner. So glad I had at least that little bit of blue left to kind of move this around. Again, I want to kind of move it back to the center. And move it down to this corner now. Move it back to the center and try and kind of keep these cells their shape as much as I kind of can here. These are just fun. All right. Awesome. So I don't want to muddy this up too much, but I do want to see if I can get some of these colors over here. And as this dries, this is going to end up being kind of thick down here, but I'm really kind of okay with that. Just going to see if I can, because I get some of these colors to kind of love on this corner here. Create some fun little effects. Alright, I'm going to get my torch back out. You can see I was able to get a few more cells to pop up over here. So let me see if I can kind of get that to do that for me over there as well, without torching it to death. Alright, well, I am pretty happy with this little cutie. I'm really not going to do anything else with it. I don't really need to air swipe it or anything like that. I think this is going to turn out really awesome, so I'm going to leave it alone, and I hope that y'all have enjoyed watching this. I will make another video later on with what I do with my edges here, how I've got some little smudge marks up here, what I do with the top, and how I finish these little cuties. So be on the lookout for a future video on that. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please subscribe and check out some of my other videos on some of my other projects.